Canada's prosperity is linked to the health of its waterways. It always has been. Yet we have never had a haven for people who care about clean water, a place where artists, thinkers, and leaders can go to nurture the ideas that will secure a swimmable, drinkable, fishable future for all of us. Until now. In 2013, Kenneth and Tasha Irving created the foundation for the National Water Centre in St. John, New Brunswick. Working with Waterkeeper Mark Mattson, they donated a 7,000 square foot home nestled in 50 acres of forest on the Kennebecasis River. The National Water Centre was born.
My wife and I sort of built it together. Tasha and I built it together, and we lived there with our 4 daughters. And it's on the property that I grew up on. As a child, I grew up on the same property, so I guess that would make me your quintessential townie, having spent 50 years on the same property.
The idea of the National Water Centre reflects Waterkeeper's conviction that it will take people from all walks of life and from all different sectors to create a clean water future.
What I like about Waterkeeper is that it's open, it's mission first. If you're interested and truly committed to the cause of swimmable, drinkable, fishable water, then you're a friend.
One of the first people Ken introduced to Waterkeeper was Andrew Rouse.
Well, I see it as an opportunity for not just Waterkeepers, but other organizations to gather, to discuss, to develop synergies, and to have a place where visiting fellows can come in and use the facility and really make something of it.
To show that the National Water Centre welcomes everyone who cares for swimmable, drinkable, fishable water, Waterkeeper will be naming different parts of the centre after the people, places, and stories who inspire them. Who better to name the first room after than someone who spent his life enjoying New Brunswick's natural spaces?
My father's room is the Douglas Rouse study, and it will be used by visiting fellows so they can pursue the goal of maintaining fresh water and the studies that go along with that.
And there will be space for artists because they have always been the first to recognize our fundamental connection to the water.
Through their art and their creativity, they show us things that aren't always perfect, but are amazingly enlightening. And so the artist works very closely with the environmentalist. For me, the musicians, the writers, the painters have been my greatest supporters. So I think there's a natural relationship there and something that is very powerful and strong.
One historical painting perfectly reflects the intersection of art, water, and challenge. The Paris Crew by Frederic celebrates Canada's first international champions, 3 fishermen and a lighthouse keeper from the Kennebecasis River. It is the first painting to hang in the National Water Centre.
So in 1867, just months after Confederation, this new country called Canada sent 4 rowers who were actually 3 fishermen and 1 lighthouse keeper to the exposition in Paris. And typically with these sort of events, you send your best technology, this thing you want to sort of be proud about as a country. So we sent these sort of ragtag rowers who, by all accounts of the day, had very strange uniforms, had a very unorthodox rowing style, and they were pretty rough around the edges. This was a gentleman's sport. Well, they showed up in Paris and they kicked everybody's butts, and much to the chagrin of the Europeans. And the Paris Crew continued on, winning a number of races, and I think over about a 9-year stretch, managed to only lose a couple.
It's been nearly 150 years since Canada captured the world's attention on the water. The National Water Centre is built on the belief that it is time to do it again. 20% of the world's fresh water supply is in Canada. The country has more wetlands than any other country on the planet. That's a tremendous responsibility. Yet as of November 2013, Canada was ranked dead last for environmental protection in a global ranking of developed countries. The National Water Centre brings together the artists, thinkers, and leaders who care about swimmable, drinkable, fishable water. So Canada can be a leader again.
I love the leadership role that Canada has taken in so many other areas in the global scene, and being an advocate for clean water and leading by example, because we've got so much of it, is probably the best thing that we could ever do on the global stage. That's what I'm hoping for.